Hello and welcome to my garden. I am so excited to tell you about what I'm working on and a little bit about where I've been. I know a lot of you have sent me messages, and if you're just finding me here, welcome. My name is Josette. Two important notes about me. To start off, I reversed autoimmune disease, and I am the proud creator of an extraordinary community in Santa Barbara, California. It's a dance-based wellness, and that's kind of what this video is about. I keep getting a lot of messages about what's going on. Right now, I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida, at our home here, and I left Santa Barbara in October, the end of October of 2025, to spend the winter here and to just kind of really think about what I'm about to tell you, because it's been weighing on me a lot. So if you know me, I started teaching Zumba. That was my open door Zumba, the best flippin' program ever. I started teaching Zumba after a diagnosis of advanced RA, rheumatoid arthritis. That's an autoimmune disease. And I was in a lot of pain. I was told I was incurable, and they actually, doctors, I saw 3 or 4 of them, and they all said the same thing, and that is, you're not going to be able to dance for much longer. So I kind of got the job to teach a Zumba class to force me out of bed. And what happened became much more than a Zumba class. There was an additional layer to my class, and I think it's because of that additional layer that the class became very popular. So by 2013, I was highlighted by Zumba as one of the most well-attended Zumba classes in the world. Was talked about on NPR. I was on tons of media outlets and news outlets as this super successful instructor. But what people didn't recognize is that I was also healing a disease. And I, in fact, did heal that disease. In 2016, blood work from UCLA showed that I reversed the disease fully, that I was NED, which is no evidence of disease in my blood. So it's not remission, it's not temporary, it's a full-blown reversal of what is still considered to be an incurable disease. So that added layer really became an intricate part of the energy that people felt in the class. You couldn't necessarily articulate it, but people felt it. I felt it. The community felt it. And I knew there was something really special outside of just the dancing and the movement as medicine, which it is, but there's an additional layer of our capacity to heal and to do things outside of what everybody else, including experts, says is possible. So while I have enjoyed isn't even the right word, I have thrived in this community of dance and amazing people, and honestly, people whom I've met over the last 15 years that have not only trusted me with their physical fitness, but their healing and their wellness. I've heard so many incredible stories from you, and I feel like the deeply profound friendships that have formed at the Carrillo Ballroom in Santa Barbara have been nothing short of extraordinary, and it has been an absolute privilege. And I want you to know this isn't a goodbye. I am going back and forth to the ballroom. I was just there 2 weeks ago, and I will be there in another 3 weeks. So it's not a goodbye. I'm just kind of contemplating on the last 15 years. And, I really did work very hard to always show up for people, even when many of you know I had a broken collarbone. I showed up. When I had a broken toe, I showed up. I always showed up because I knew how much it meant to the people that were coming. Here's the deeper layer of what's going on here. What pushes me forward is the knowledge and the experience, because it is my life experience, that we have the capacity to heal. Now, yes, I am super proud that I've been able to go on Daily Om. I have my Soul Fire dance party that came out in 2017. I have my sacred rituals to overcome past programming that came out in 2020, and I've been on humanities team. I've been on 120 plus podcasts talking about this. So I have definitely opened the door to speaking about healing. There's a bigger picture though in all of this, because to this day, thousands upon thousands upon thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people are told every single day, you're incurable. And I know that's not true. I know it from a very deeply personal experience. I know it's not true. I know that we can heal. And it's not just me. You know, I was privileged to be the guest in a book written by Julia Loggins, along with Bragg's. Bragg's is an amazing company. And Julia invited me to be part of her story because she also healed autoimmune disease. Julia is Kenny Loggins' ex-wife, and she has an incredible story. And she invited me to be part of this book, which is a book about women, and I'm gonna link it here so you can see it. Link it in the description box below. But the stories that come together of people who have gone through horrific things and extraordinary things and still been able to overcome. Those people are lights. They've been lights for me, and it's what I am pulled forward towards, as being a light for other people. Not enough people know that they can heal. Not enough people know that they can heal because they're still being told that it's impossible. And I know that's a lie. Quite frankly, I know it's a lie. So I'm incredibly grateful for the last 15 years, incredibly honored to continue to be able to dance with amazing people and share joy and share light. There is a deeper calling. So here it is. Okay, I'm not gonna keep rambling on. That's the story. I have founded a nonprofit called the Sanctuary Collective. We are an official nonprofit. We're a 501c3. So when I created the Sanctuary Collective, I wanted this to be big. Obviously, I'm a big dreamer. So I dreamed really big. And one of the things that was critical in my own healing was understanding, first of all, being aware, becoming aware of my own microbiome and how it was out of balance in my life. In fact, back to Julia Loggins, she wrote a book, It Takes Guts to Be Happy. And she talks about how critical your gut is to everything. This was like the first thing I learned in kind of meeting myself and meeting my body and meeting what was wrong with me for the first time, was understanding how out of balance my physicality was. And the other concept was how we mirror the great macro, like the micro to macro. And I became incredibly passionate about stewarding the planet and stewarding the earth, and recognizing that the microbiome in my stomach and in my gut was helped by the foods that I ate. And if I ate things that were organic and from regenerative farms, my body reacted differently and I could heal easier and better. And so the Sanctuary Collective is a 4-part nonprofit. We have 4 distinct, and yet they all work together, passions. The one is regenerative agriculture. Understanding, educating, and facilitating spaces where people can grow their own food and come together, and understanding how the biome of our planet and the foods that we eat help our own microbiome. Then there was the wellness aspect, which is obvious. Movement is medicine for me. I wanted to incorporate healing and being well and helping people come to a space where whatever worked for them, right? That was the one thing that I understood, is that I knew dance was great for me, but my best friend loved yoga. So, you know, yoga would be part of what healed her. And I wanted to create a space where people could come and have whatever they choose. And then there is a bird that is really wanting to be part of this video. The third thing is what I saw my husband doing all the time, and that is rescuing horses. So many of you who know me know that I have a horse named Layla. Layla is 26 years old. When she was 13, my husband rescued her from slaughter. And to this day, I don't know who rescued who. I remember when he brought her home. So she was a high-level dressage horse, believe it or not. She worked her whole life, competed. She was amazing, but she had an injury and she was never going to be able to compete again. And in the high-level arenas where there's lots of money, there's really no point in keeping an animal, I guess, for them. And long story short, these stories are everywhere. They're everywhere. And I became so passionate about how much I love this animal and how much she loves me. It's almost like she's aware of exactly what she was in for. And my husband has rescued at least 15 on his own horses that were going to slaughter. And I wanted it to be part of the Sanctuary Collective because I'm also very, very passionate about equine therapy. If you don't know, equine therapy is a form of therapy where just being around horses, they kind of tune you to your soul frequency, your heart frequency, and they help you see where the problems are and they help you heal. So we are a regenerative agriculture. We are a equine rescue. Also, the equines are used for rotational grazing in the regenerative agriculture branch. We are a wellness-based collective, and we're going to be hosting retreats. Retreats for anybody that just wants to get together and dance and heal and connect and be with horses and nurture and nourish their bodies, their minds, and their souls. When I decided to launch this, I sent some text messages to a few people. I'm launching my nonprofit. I'm finally going to do it. I've got an amazing board that's helping me find the right people to help make this really happen. And I mean, I'm talking within minutes. Within minutes, I received donations. And it's just a reflection of, number one, the amount of support and friends that I have. And I'm so grateful for you. But that you also want this. You also want a world where people hold each other and support each other and hold space for each other and also shine their light. I think our stories are critical. I think our stories of healing or our stories of overcoming whatever it be, if somebody's been abused and they've overcome that, I think our stories are important. I know that I don't know that I would have taken this path because it was not a known path. But when I was diagnosed and I was researching and researching and researching, there was one person that I saw, this is back in 2011, that wrote, "I reversed rheumatoid arthritis." And that was it. She didn't do anything else. She just said, "I reversed it." And I wrote to her and I said, "How did you do it? What did you do?" And I never heard back. But it was that knowing that somebody did it meant that it was possible. And so that is what I'm doing. I feel called to let people know it's possible to heal. And I feel called to build a space, whether it be in Santa Barbara or in Palm Beach or in Europe, or maybe temporary spaces around the world where we get together and we talk and educate ourselves. I certainly don't know it all, but I'm so excited to collaborate. That's the other thing about this collective. It's a collaboration. I named it Collective because I knew that I couldn't do it alone. So we are bringing in horse experts. We are bringing in healing modalities, energy healers, yogis. We're bringing in regenerative agriculture experts, and I'm so excited. I'm really just so excited. I'm so excited to do retreats and hang out with you all, and to continue the dance. Let's just keep dancing. And so there you have it. There you have it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm so excited about. And I invite you to be part of this collective. If you can't afford to donate, don't worry. I get it. Just be part of it. It's community. Community is everything. If you have some ideas, I'm open. We have a great board. I literally give them every bit of information that I get. So I'm going to put all of the information below. I'm going to link our website. If you're in Santa Barbara, I have the most incredible group of instructors that are keeping that fire going. They're definitely doing my choreography. They understand the energy of the class. So head over to the Creo Ballroom. The link's also in my website. And dance. Just dance. And if you can't go to Santa Barbara, then hang out with me online and we will dance together. There you go, everybody. It's the first vlog. I did it. I love you guys. Keep dancing, keep shining, and stay tuned. Bye.